has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's Ferrall on a bench, coast to coast, in the biggest way possible, hanging out. The bad seed, the burgundy, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh, people dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-it-up should do me. Along with the golf ticket casher himself, Mr. Tater, Mr. Sea Salt, Mr. Olympiad. 33rd Street style. Carver High this afternoon. Mafia running it with Luke. I am your father. The lineup for today on a midweek Where Do You Hurt Wednesday C2C. Morency, a double shot from Vancouver. Plus this hour, Scott Miller from the New York Times, one of our baseball insiders out in San Diego. Near Tijuana, do you wanna? And then it's a double golf shot Wednesday like you read about, mama. 4:15 East, Cam Stewart live. The Prime Minister from Toronto dealing with Carver High. And then a double shot in the final hour, the coup de grace with Keith Stewie Stewart from Read the Line. Also dealing in PGA winners and props and talking and bragging about the live consistency around here. We've had so many live tickets with Carver High and his boys. We may end up going on tour ourselves permanently. Carver High, we've got Sudan and the U.S. men's basketball underway in France. Of course, they were 30-point dogs this time around, and all we heard was, they're going to blow them out after they beat them by 101-100 in the exhibition swing.
That is what everybody has said so far. Of course, they're laying that very fat number. Happy Wednesday to you, Scotty, as we get going here. And what I love about today is, and really this week, especially with the Olympics, we got so much live juice during the show that it's just absolutely outstanding. And it does start with this USA game against the South Sudan, which, of course, is now underway. I see them out to – now you have the game on. I still have a couple of lingering baseball games that I'm dealing with. 6-0 right out of the gate I saw right away. So they are already on the run, and I saw the live number move to 31.5. Look out for that one. So USA already cooking here against South Sudan. We have a few other things going on. We'll have our eyes on that all day. I'll let you know, I took a little shot in the USA hoops
Let's
today
go.
with
What
a couple guys.
You got a couple
I
of
got
sheets?
Ant for 20 at plus 570. All right, fat number. And Curry for 20 at plus 430. So my theory is, and listen, I'm just taking a shot. KD and LeBron ate the other day in the first game. I think they're going to let someone else eat today. And they might beat this team by 50 points. Who knows? And then maybe everyone eats. So I played those two guys. Those two guys could easily get 20, Scotty, if things go the right way. If Steph's hitting threes and whatnot. So
I hope you're right.
I just need one of them.
You know, the game that they won against Serbia, you know, Katie had the incredible night with the 8 for 9 from the floor, and he finished with 23, and he hit 5 threes. And then LeBron had 21. So look at the numbers that they had in a win, and they move it around and give it around to everybody. Everybody had a piece. Booker had a piece. He hit 4 threes. I could go on Holiday. He had a piece. He hit 3 of them. So all I know is it's around that number. So I think that 20 is why the bet's there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they put that number at 20 because it's hard to get to 20 on a team filled with stars that are all hungry. Like you talked about, who's going to eat today? Who are they going to give the pill to? Who's going to score more than 20? You had 2 guys have great games, and they only had 23 and 21. So you see how hard it is to get into those types of volume numbers. So I think those bets, I would be sweating to the 70s, those 2 bets. I hope you're right.
They're so juicy. I only need one of them. So right. I just need one of the two to come in for me, and I'll be very, very happy. So we have that cooking right now as well. We have other live action.
Just hit the side of the net or hit the side of the backboard. But I will say it doesn't matter because I have his new shoes that he's wearing. He's wearing them today, and I have them now, too, in my possession. I will tell you that
you have the new shoes.
Well, I'm glad they're not green, but I like the shoes. They're like lavender and purple, and they're badass. They're incredible, and I just pretend like they don't come on a Celtics foot. I don't like anyone on that team, let alone him. But I like his shoes. No. I'll give him that. It's the same thing. Like, there's a lot of guys that I don't like Luka, but I like his shoes.
Precisely. We have a few other things going on live this afternoon as well. The women's 3-on-3 is actually also, they're tipping off in about 20-25 minutes from now. That's the team that lost their first game yesterday with Haley Van Lith and the crew. They are taking on Azerbaijan. Yes.
Azerbaijan, which is the Azerbaijan mustard.
Azerbaijan mustard, minus 5.5 for them in that 3-on-3 with the 32.5 total coming up there. And then I'm not done with you with the 3-on-3. Jimmer, are they in the lead? Really?
They're in the lead on a layup.
Oh, my goodness. Look out. Jimmer and the crew are going to try again also at the same time as yesterday. It's about 4:30 East. Jimmer in the United States 3-on-3 against Poland, who lost yesterday as well. They're minus 5.5. I got to tell you, after watching them yesterday, and I'm sure Serbia's a lot better than Poland, I find it very difficult to lay 5.5 after watching that outfit after them play. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, maybe just the total. Could we get a good game? Maybe the 36. Then it'd be
very possible.
A good game. Like what, 21-16, right? If we could get a good game.
Yeah. We could get a good game. Absolutely. That's possible that we could get that.
I don't trust them. They suck. You're right. They suck.
No, they do suck. The United States women's soccer just finished up. They won 2-1, so they sweep the group play. They are off, of course, as we know, into the next round. They are going to just missed a homer from Salvi Perez in Chicago, Scotty. Just at the wall. We almost had Salvi go out right there. And speaking of the baseball, let me give you all this. Yankees up 6-5 in Philly, bottom of the 8th with 2 out, but the Phillies got first and third. So Phillies with a chance to tie this game here. Stubbs is up. The Yankees right now have, it looks like Leiter Jr. in the game on the mound. So we'll see if the Phillies, they played a wild game last night.
That was
the
wild.
Yankees and Philadelphia. Very wild game.
I thought Leiter did a hell of a job last night. Unlike Holmes. I mean, you should have heard the language coming out of my mouth watching this guy Holmes brutalize that 9th inning. I don't trust that guy at all anymore. At all. When he comes in, he's a mess.
I don't trust Holmes. They put a stat up last night. I think that they've now blown 5 of their last 9 save attempts, and the ERA is like 8 or 9 in the 9th inning or something like that. So the Yankees have been very shaky.
Listen, time out. I got 5 left. Did you see that last night? Every one of those hits in the 9th inning was an infield hit. Like not one ball left the infield. Yeah. This guy's like giving up choppers, slow rollers. How about the wild pitch? That's how they tied it, on a wild pitch. My man throws a wild pitch with the bases loaded. What a disaster he is. You should have heard my language.
Orioles are up 10-4 on the Blue Jays. Jackson Holliday recalled a grand slam. I had him small at 8-1 earlier today. I figured put the kid back in the lineup. Let's go. Twins are up 7-2 on the Mets. Braves and Brewers tied at 2. Royals lead the White Sox 5-3. Cardinals lead the Rangers 3-0. I have other day ball, but it doesn't start until later this hour, so we'll give you those numbers after you talk to Gabe.
Yeah, Royals now 6-3.
Look out.
And now the base is loaded in that game in Philly. Miami already beat Tampa 6-2. Glad I stayed off of that one.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Media have already said that they are going to be horrible. The books have them, as we'll see in a moment, at a win total of 5.5. Sean Payton, though, Scotty, he does not listen to preseason prognosticators.
That's your future, and it's on you. Like, they selected him. They wanted him. That's what they got. And now he has to build that from scratch.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The Yankees are desperate. I mean, they could fire hitting coaches and everything else, but it's not working. So I don't know if Cashman really would do that. They seem to be so, tight-knit, but something's got to happen.
A big award or a big prize in the trade deadline sweepstakes would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr., right? Vladdy, put him in the middle of the lineup.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
BetMGM is swinging for the fences. The best place to bet the long ball all season long. Out-of-the-park odds on home runs. Exclusive signature bets. And a weekly shot at your share of $50K in bonus bets. Enter the $50K Grand Slam jackpot. It's on.
The Yankees got out of that jam with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th, and it's still 6-5 Yankees on the Phillies. You can catch Sports Rage weeknights at 10 on all of our outlets, all of our TV stations that we're in bed with, all of our streaming networks, you name it. It's on there. It's on every radio outlet, Sports Byline USA. It's on Mightier 1090 ESPN in San Diego, all over the West Coast from Baja to the Canadian Rockies. And, of course, Sirius XM channel 159. We have the luxury of having Morency on twice every day on C2C, a double shot. And you got action on this game with Sudan and the USA. You're riding a couple of tickets.
I've got action on every game, Scott. I've got action on the USA 3-on-3 basketball game. It's coming up in about an hour's time. I've got action on the USA South Sudan game. I've got action on Canada, Colombia soccer right now. And I just got done. I won a couple of swimming bets. I did lose a men's gymnastics bet. And I don't bet a lot of gymnastics, Scott, but I bet on it. And I swear, man, like one little mistake cost me like $250 and it due to gold medal. It's a ruthless sport, man. You got to be perfect, absolutely perfect. And I'd have more action going on, but at this time, whatever, it's like it's 9 o'clock at night at Fred. So like when you start is when the games are just sort of winding down. These are all like the last prime time main event games of the night going on now.
Right. So what do you think of this game on the outset? It's 16-12 USA on Sudan. They were up 6-0, and then they were down 7-6. So Sudan came back, hit a deep corner pocket three, got the layup for the off the glass for the lead. But now the USA has that lead back by 4.
Two things about the U.S., Scott, is, man, they're just so difficult in the paint to deal with. They have so much size. You can basically come close to goaltend in FIBA basketball. So, the American size is just so good and so hard to deal with for the opponents. And the other thing that strikes me here about this game, Scott, is the U.S.'s depth. As you saw earlier, all right, South Sudan was looking good. They were down 6-0. They went on a 7-0 run. And Kerr was able to change the lineup. All right, let's put Durant in now. Let's put Edwards in. And I want to say something about last week when I said I'm not fearing Durant. Well, I'm an idiot because this guy he lit it up the other day.
He
lit it up when he got on the court. And in a limited tournament, it's when he's most lethal, right? In an 82 game season, it's when it's more of a problem for him. But the U.S. depth is unbelievable. One thing about South Sudan, though, Scott, number one, they're playing with house money. They're not going to tap out. And you know what I mean? A lot of teams will play the U.S. It's sort of like football. Well, let's run the ball and try to kill the clock and, limit their opportunities. Let's play to lose, but not to lose by too much. South Sudan's going to die on their sword. They're basically trying to dunk on the U.S. They're bombing threes. They're like, no, we're going to play our game and let's run and gun with them and see what happens. I took the 29.5. It was 43.5 when they played that exhibition game 2 weeks ago. So it was 31.5. It closed at 29.5 today, Scott. To me, it's just dude, it's hard to win by 30 points in a 40-minute game, right? If South Sudan could just go on a couple of mini runs, they'll do enough to cover the spread in this game. They're not going to win the game, but I think they can cover the number still.
They play a fast-paced, full-press, both ends of the floor game. They move it quick. They shoot threes. They play fast. They defend fast. They have a press defense. They're in these guys' faces on every possession, and you're dealing with
they're wiry, Scott. So they really are a defensive sort of. You can score on them because of the system that they play, but you're right. They challenge shots. They can block shots. They can get after it. They can dunk. Very athletic basketball team. Listen, the math isn't going to add up for them, and they got to stay within somewhat striking distance because the U.S. is going to end up going on a run as this game goes on. Little slower pace though, Scott, as far as the total is concerned early in this game.
What's the girl? I watched your girl, the 17-year-old swimmer in the semis, about 45 minutes ago. I watched her beat the American girl in that semi of the butterfly.
Summer McIntosh.
Yeah, she's something else, that one.
I tell you what, Scott, and she was going half speed, bro. She literally, she went so slow in the morning heat that she said it threw her off. She was trying to conserve energy. And she said, I've never really gone that slow, and I didn't like it. And, they're telling her to conserve her energy. She couldn't help herself, and she still nearly set a personal best. She really is. She's a phenom, Scott. She's the finalist tomorrow. But listen, Reagan Smith is a hell of a swimmer on the U.S. team as well. But Summer McIntosh is going to win the race tomorrow. She was minus 188. It was minus 225. She had a slow first heat. They lowered the number to 188. I thought it was crazy. It's pretty nuts, too, Scott. I don't know if you saw the Leon Marchand guy from France
win. I did. I watched
Unbelievable.
That
what a race, huh? Him and the dude from Hungary, neck and neck, bro, going at it. This swimming is awesome, man.
When he was in the lead, now that guy won the gold in 20, and he was the world record holder right now going into the race. That's why he was in lane 4, and then Marchand was next to him. And I got to tell you, when it was going on, when they went down to the third length and hit the wall, and he had a lead of about a half a body. And then all of a sudden you see this guy, he's like a fish. And I'm
underwater. You saw him take advantage underwater. You saw him just gaining ground. Huh?
His legs.
And Marchand pops out. He's like, bye-bye.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. That guy means business. And then afterwards he's like, I'm number one. And then, you notice nobody, shook his hand, nothing. He just got out of the water. He ain't got no friends. The guy, he was like, what just happened to me? I don't even want to like him, his buddy. So I think
the Hungarian guy looked devastated. You're right. The guy in second place was just
he's drinking crushed. Right now in a French cafe. He's drinking shots. Right. He's still got his Speedo on.
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, and yeah, I'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City. What a night it is going to be. Historic indeed for BKFC's 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight. Early on the turn. Right hand from my boy, double jab. Who's the king of violence? I am!
Combat fighting in its purest form, bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
80 seconds.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
I don't know if you're seeing this, Morenzi, but this Ledecky, 27 years old now. I mean, she is in the 1500 free final, and I mean, she's literally stomping everyone. Like she's gonna. It's like there are fish in the water. She's gonna lap.
I'm seeing it now.
Chicks,
Look, she's nearly halfway through the next lap before everybody else just touched the wall. No kidding. Like she was actually already like nearly halfway through the middle of the pool when everybody else was touching the wall to finish the lap. Look at it now.
I haven't actually seen anyone yet kick ass like that in the Olympics. Like seriously, like I know the 17-year-old and the French one, they're great. This chick, what am I watching right now? She's like a shark. She's out there like a great white shark. Look at this. Look at the lead she has.
She's got a 10-meter lead. She's like Secretariat, Scott. She's got a 27 like lead. You know what I mean? It's like it really like she could actually stop and smoke like a bowl in the water. She could stop, smoke a bowl, tread water a little bit, and then keep going and still win. Yeah, like if this was like different. If this was different sports, Scott, like if she was a showboat, like really, like if it was a basketball player or something like that, like really, you should do something like that. Like stop, fix your hair or something for a second, and keep going. You know, adjust your cap.
Get at the end of this lap and take a phone call in the water.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do a fake call. Stanley, hello.
I'll be right back. I'll call you after this race.
Look at this. It's unbelievable, man. She's a monster, Katie Ledecky. At the distance swims, man, like she's just mercifully killing these people.
They're showing how much she's done in Olympics, like to over 23,000 miles of swimming.
I'm seeing this. Yeah. My God,
crazy.
37 million
meters. 37 meters. But 23,000 miles of swimming. Like, bro, I do 16 laps. I want to die. I do 20. I am dead. It's unbelievable. All right,
think about it, like now. She's been swimming for 10 minutes now. Like, this thing is just going on and on and on. Like, imagine that pace, the cardio, like that this stuff takes. It's unbelievable.
That's crazy. Now, let me ask you about the Canadian, the story of the soccer team. We followed that, now. You and I. They've had all these people trying to get them and ruin their experience because of the drone scandal. But they needed to win today. Or how are they doing against Colombia?
They're playing well. They've been the better side so far, although that doesn't really matter in soccer / football, does it? It's 0-0 right now. We're in the 27th minute. But Canada has been, Canada came out strong. Colombia only needs a draw, too. So Colombia's not in the same desperation stage as Canada is. but still scoreless right now, Scott. 27 minutes in, and I guarantee you this is an instance. Canada appealed to the Olympic Committee, and the Olympic Committee denied their appeal. You know they don't want them around. You know what I mean? They deducted the 6 points to basically get rid of them. The coach is suspended for a year, and here they are still playing right now. They did beat France, who were one of the favorites to win the tournament, and they did it in, like, added time, Scott. So I'm expecting some drama here. I think Canada will find a way to bury a late goal and win 1-0. And have you watched – I'll be honest with you, and I know you watch the TBT and you love basketball, and I love betting on everything, Scott. Like, I bet on the Australian Basketball League, the Filipino basketball. Like, I actually am, like, a DJ enough. Like, somebody asked me about the Australian. Like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? I'll start talking about the standings and stuff. Like, I know about it. New Zealand Breakers are my team, for the record. But the one league, the Ice Cube 3-on-3 stuff, I've never really like embraced it. I don't see it. It always seems to be on against something else. And
the big three.
I've been the big three. Have you watched the 3-on-3 Olympic stuff? It's a little bit different.
I think it's great. It's great.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's violent. It's violent.
It's like speedball, bro. Bam, bam, bam. Get the ball and kick a three. So, like, I saw a rebound, Scott. There was a rebound. The dude on Poland went to get the rebound, and in one motion got the rebound, spun around, and shot the three, and it went in. And I was like, oh, my God, this is like speed basketball.
Yeah, it's great. It's like it's pick and roll, speed, quickness, getting off shots. And a lot of guys, like Serbia took USA to the woodshed with their size. They were unbelievable.
They did.
We don't like them against even Poland today. We don't trust the U.S. men's team. And I don't think the U.S.
No, I wouldn't lay that 5.5. I wouldn't. Exactly. Fournette's a good player, but you just drop. Scott, these European guys live for this stuff. They play as a team. The U.S. just threw some guys together.
I think it's awesome. Have a good show tonight, Morency. Thanks.
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah, we'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center, here in Salt Lake City. What a night. It is going to be historic indeed for BKFC 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight.
Combat fighting in its purest form, bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
actually read, and we'll get into it now. I want to tell you the story about this Brazilian swimmer, but the BetMGM First Bet 1500 is incredible. That comes first because it's the most important thing ever. Download the BetMGM app on iOS or Android, or go to BetMGM.com. 2, sign up, deposit at least 10 in your new account. 3, place your first wager and receive, listen to this, up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if the bet loses. You heard me. And 4, if the bet does lose, your bonus bets will be available once your initial wager is settled. You are going to absolutely love the BetMGM mobile app and the First Bet 1500. It's a free $1,500 bet, folks, is bottom line. It's just bottom line. All right, so did you hear about the Brazilian swimmer chick that snuck out of the village, apparently, with her boyfriend to party in Paris, and she has been sent home? And how about this? I read, actually, that not only did they send her home, they didn't let her get her stuff. They just said, you're done here. There'll be no, going back to your room to grab your belongings. You're just leaving. And then, she said she went to the, apparently she went to the airport with what she had on. She literally, she's like, I got to get my stuff. And they're like, call these people. And she's like, who are they? They're like, we don't know. And they hung up on her. They're like, she literally told the story of how they sent her home with nothing but the clothes on her back. And she apparently went out in shorts and a shirt to drink with him and to have relations, and got busted sneaking out. But the thing is, Carver High, that irritates me about this story is, I've heard how brutal that village is. 105-degree rooms. They use ecothermal cooling, which is 10 degrees cooler than the outside temp. So if it's 100 outside, it's 90 in the building. What a deal. Eco cooling. Sounds like something I'm not interested in. The eco cooling plant. The food, I hear, is horrible. The beds are made of cardboard. They have these beds. All the athletes have backaches. They're all going for massages. And so everyone's complaining how bad it is. And I don't see why you shouldn't be allowed to go out in Paris at night and party. What is that ridiculous rule? That's like telling the tennis players of the U.S. Open they can't go to Manhattan after their matches and party. Come on.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, you're there for the, it's the Olympic experience. I guess, look, some countries and federations have different rules. And you said how old? How old is she?
I don't know how old she is. I just know they threw her out.
Right.
Morenzi and I were talking about it. I read all about her. She was kind of hot, too. Are we on the air? Don't talk about.
Yes. After South Sudan making a little bit of a push here, 46-31, still down 15, but
they're dead.
It was like 20 plus a couple minutes ago, so they've hit a couple of buckets here.
Oh, there goes Peanut Brittle with the ankle. Your boy AD.
Come on. I thought that maybe some other guys would eat today. Not so far. LeBron with 10, KD with 9. Derek White does have 7, and Halliburton has 6. That's the leading scorer so far for the United States early on in this one. So
we need Curry and Edwards. That's what we need over here on this show.
Yeah, it's already over. They both have nothing. And it's
Curry
almost
just hit a free throw. Technical.
Okay, well, there you go. He's on the board. That's nice to see as they move along. I have 2 games in baseball for the afternoon that have not started yet, and one of them I do want to get in because it starts in about 5 minutes, and that's the Nats and the Diamondbacks out in Arizona. Mackenzie Gore and Zach Gallon of Milk going in this one. Final game of the series, minus 185 for the Snakes, plus $1.50 for the Nats, and a flat 8. Of course, last night, Scotty, the Diamondbacks pasted them. I believe it was 14-0.
17-0. And your boy Suarez hit 3. Didn't we have him ring the bell?
We certainly did. I'm going to play that third homer later on Coast to Coast in honor.
They should have to pay you that number 3 times.
Well, it's funny. That's the second guy in the last month that we hit 3 homers in the game. We had Will Smith last month with the Dodgers. The night we played him, he hit 3 homers. Then we had Suarez last night. Hit 3 homers on the night that we played.
You should be paid 3 times.
I wish it would be nice if you got paid 3 times. But I expect the Diamondbacks, Scotty, to finish off the Nats with the sweep.
They should, BetMGM should come out with a boost for that, is that if a guy hits one at, 5-1 and then hits another one, you should get like a 33% boost right there on this. If he hits a second one, you get a boost right there. That should be a new prop. I think it should be, they should look into that. I hope they're listening.
I'm not on Suarez, by the way, in that game today, but Randall Grichuk 4 for 7 with a homer off of Mackenzie Gore, and Lourdes Gurriel 4 for 6 off of him for 667. So I'm chasing a couple other guys on Arizona this afternoon with that one. And the other afternoon game.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm on that gallon of milk on the run line. They've been beating their ass in this series. They're winning every day. They're hot. I told you this team. They've been playing great baseball for about 4 weeks now, and they're back in it.
They have been indeed. And the Mariners and the Red Sox are going to play a late afternoon start at Fenway. There's been a lot of runs between these two the last couple nights. Kirby's Dreamland, George Kirby against Brian Ballo tonight. Right now, minus 115 for the Mariners, Scotty, minus 105 for the Sox. And you get yourself a nice fat 9.5 for the total here.
Yeah, I got to take Bayo and that price. At that price, I know that they scored a lot last night. We hit the over, and Seattle beat them, whatever it was, 10-5, 10-6. And then I'm going to go back to the Red Sox today with Bayo to win that game over Kirby's Dreamland.
There you go. So a couple of afternoon games. Everything else is tonight, which we will get to later on C2C. A few things from last night before you talk to Scott. We probably only have time for one. Now, the Yankees did finish off the sweep in Philly. Holmes survives the ninth inning. He didn't last night. He does today. And the Yankees get the sweep. I did want to play you one thing from last night's 7-6 win. And I actually had this in the till before you sent it to me this morning, so I know you heard it as well. Jazz Chisholm, of course, 2 homers last night. He had 4 in those first 2 nights against Philadelphia. Of course, there's been a little bit of a rotating chair for the Yankee radio call since John Sterling retired a couple of months ago, Scotty. Well, our old buddy Ricky Ricardo, who does the usually does the Spanish language Yankees and the Spanish language for the Philadelphia Eagles, he was in the chair with Susan last night on WFAN, and the call of the second Jazz homer is outstanding on WFAN in New York.
He's 1 for 8 with 5 strikeouts. Strom's pitch is swung on, hit deep to right. Back goes Castellanos at the wall. Oh, baby, another one. Adios, amigo. Smooth Jazz does it again. His 4th home run in the series. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is a Bronx bomber from the Bahamas, and he puts the Yankees on top 5-4. Smooth Jazz does it again.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
that's pretty good.
Listen, that should be the end of their decision of who should replace John Sterling. The call of that right there is the audition of a lifetime for anyone. They got all these people doing filling in. They got talk show hosts. I mean, I'm surprised Trump's not doing it. Everyone and their brother. I asked LaGreca the other day at the softball game, "Are you doing it?" He's like, "What?" I go, "You do the Rangers. Why not do the Yankees? You do the K show with him. Why not do the play-by-play?" "No, I'm not doing it." I said, "Everybody and their brother's doing it." That guy right there, Ricardo, deserves the job. That was the best call I've heard. That was better than Sterling. I mean, honestly, that was so awesome.
Bronx bomber from the Bahamas. That was outstanding. Nice job by Ricky. We'll talk about the Pirate win after you talk to Scott.
Oh, the Pirates win every night.
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah. We'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City. What a night. It is going to be historic indeed for BKFC 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight.
Combat fighting in its purest form, bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
Miller's one of our baseball insiders, a contributor with the New York Times out in Southern California and San Diego. Always good to have him on C2C. It's like 1960 all over again, Scott. We're going to have the Pirates and Yankees in the World Series. Mazeroski with a Game 7, ninth inning, walk-off home run to beat the Yankees. The way the Yankees have suddenly come alive in these last few days. They took the series in Boston. They swept the Phillies today. They've won 5 in a row. Jazz, you already heard the home runs from last night. I mean, he had 4 home runs in 3 games. He had a hit today, scored a run today. He's done something every single day. What do you think of what he's injected into that lineup and into that defense? He was making plays at third base. He's never played third, but he was making sweeping throws across the diamond last night. And I think he's just been awesome, and he's having so much fun. For me, it's enjoyable just to watch someone finally on that team have a personality. He reminds me of Mickey Rivers.
That's a great call, Mickey Rivers. There's a name from the past. I love that one. He just needs that one batting glove flapping out his back pocket. But no, he's been phenomenal. I mean, you could not ask for a better start than Jazz Chisholm has had with the Yankees. And, I think a couple things. You're right. He's injected a lot of enthusiasm and energy into that lineup. I think being out of Miami, I mean, I don't care, if you're 22 years old, 26 years old, 30 years old, when you're playing in a dead-ass town for baseball where the team literally started trading away players like opening week. They traded Luis Ariz to the Padres. Right. In opening week, the Marlins are signaling white flag wave. We're not even trying this year. So, I mean, you got like Jazz Chisholm. That's an awful long way to go when your team's given up. You're not drawing fans. And, oh, my gosh, being traded to the Yankees, he's loving the spotlight, the attention, and the competition. And it's going to bring out the best in him. And I think he's brought out the best in the Yankees in his first couple of games. I mean, sweeping the Phillies, they're one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the majors, and that's impressive. And, Yankees are, I think, through that midseason slump. Giancarlo Stanton's back, from the injured list. They still are missing Anthony Rizzo, but Chisholm has been a remarkable add these last couple of days.
How about the Phillies, though, now, Scott? They're on I think it's 4-12 now. Yep. In their last 16 games, they're just losing. They're not hitting. Harper, through last night, he was over 5 last night, was in a 1 for 25 stagger. What is happening to the Phillies? No one's noticed that they've been stinking it up lately because they have such a huge lead in the East, but they're playing really bad baseball right now.
Yeah, they are. I think they're too good not to turn it around. Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler. Wheeler got blasted the other day by the Yankees, but I think every team goes through a bit of a dip during the season. I think this is the Phillies. I mean, like you said, Harper's been really, really bad the last few weeks, but they're too good not to come out of it. I think where the Phillies are concerned, they're probably not as good as they were the first half of the year. I mean, teams aren't going to win 65% of their games, but I don't think they're as bad as we've seen the last week or 10 days. And, with Harper and Kyle Schwarber and these guys, I not to mention, Nola and Wheeler, and I think, they've got the pieces there to still, come out of this.
Yeah, I hope not. Anyway, the Pirates.
You're for the other Pennsylvania team.
Well, that's right, son. Pirates got IKF, who was hitting 292 in Toronto. They got De La Cruz from the Marlins, who had 18 home runs. So they finally went out and spent some money and got some bats. They got some pitching as well. And Taylor's hit home runs 2 nights in a row at Minute Maid, and they beat the Astros back-to-back games. Taylor's game winner in the 9th on Monday night. Tuesday night, they do it again. He hits another one. You've got to admit, no one saw that coming, that they would frankly kick the Astros' ass.
No, they didn't. And you're right. I mean, that Monday night game, the first Taylor home run, I mean, 2-2 into the 9th inning, and, a really good ball game. It's in Houston. The Astros obviously are back on their feet after a horrible start, and they're chasing down, everybody, the Mariners in the American League West, and trying to restore the order in the American League West and take their rightful place on top of it.
Right.
And then here come the Pirates in the 9th inning, and Michael Taylor, that 3-run home run. I mean, that, over 162 games, Scott, you don't want to overemphasize any 1 or 2 games, but also when you're a winning team, there comes a time, and especially at the end of the year, if you have a successful year, where you look back on a couple of moments and you're like, okay, that was a moment that galvanized us. That was a moment that helped us take off. That Michael Taylor 3-run homer Monday night in the 9th inning of a 2-2 game on the road in Houston, that was one of those moments. And I love watching, what the Pirates are doing right now. And so nice to see them actually be buyers instead of sellers at the trade deadline. Right. They're relevant. And I think they've got, this deep into the season, I think they're going to stay relevant.
I do too. Respectfully, I got a minute. Preller's decision to give up 6 prospects for 2 relievers. Were they worth those 6 prospects?
Well, it all depends on from what prism you view it. And from the Padres, I'll tell you how the Padres have to win this year or next year. 2 years from now, Machado's contract goes like $30 million a year. Bogarts goes up. Tatis goes up. 2 years from now, they're going to have like $90 million in the payroll just among those 3 players. They're going to have trouble spreading that out. Also, Preller is on the hot seat this year. He needs to win right now. So they've given up 9 of their top 15 prospects since spring training. The Dylan Cease trade, the Arise trade. That's a big, steep price to pay, especially lately for the 2 relievers. But that's why they're doing it. They've got to win this year, or this year preferably, or next, or they're about to go downhill.
They had a big win last night. They stunned the Dodgers. Yeah. We'll see if it all pays off. I think Cease has paid off with the no-hitter. Only other guy but Musgrove to do it in a Padre uniform. Scott, always a pleasure. Enjoy the baseball games tonight. We'll catch you again soon on Coast to Coast.
All right.
Here at the First Bank Center here in Denver, Colorado. It wasn't just a big night
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah. We'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City. You've got both one and night. It is going to be historic indeed for BKFC 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight.
Combat fighting in its purest form, bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
Yeah, I've been losing my mind, Carver High, watching the Bucks. I mean, you were playing clips yesterday of Brownie calling those clear to deck, cannonball coming, home runs. Taylor did it again last night. They just keep winning, and they beat the Astros. They've already won the series. I mean, no one saw that coming. Not me, not you, not anybody.
Not at all. And the funny thing is they signed Michael Taylor in the offseason thinking that he would be the guy to provide some offense for them this year after he had, 18, 19, 20 homers
20.
a year ago. And he was so bad in the first half that they had to obviously go and trade for offense. And as soon as they make the trade, this guy has come alive. Homers for the second night in a row. Here it is, Big Fly, Sportsnet pit for Taylor.
Runner does go, trio low, and a high drive to left field. Michael A. plus Taylor with a cannonball. Back-to-back big-time jacks from Taylor last night and tonight. Oh, my.
Oh, my, indeed. You tear down the railroad tracks back there.
Yeah, listen, if they sweep them tonight, I'm going to keel over. And I'll say this about Taylor. He had 20 last year. This is a guy that they don't have to pay a lot of money to. This is a guy that is a major league hitter that can hit home runs. He's proven what he's been able to do before. You saw him play in D.C. You've seen this guy hit. And why would they not want a guy like that in their lineup? And now all of a sudden, on Monday night, he hits the 2-2 ninth inning home run, 3-run jack bomb to left. I mean, 25 rows deep. And then last night he does it again. Like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm leaving it. Don't get rid of a guy like that. He's a perfect, veteran guy that you don't have to pay tons of money to. He could hit 10 more home runs the rest of the way and end up having a normal year for him with the bat with homers and RBIs.
Certainly could. Pirates have won 13 of their last 18.
Come on, let's go!
And the unfortunate thing, and listen, this has now pushed them to 3 games over 500. They're 55 and 52.
What?
The only thing that sucks about the win streak is that everyone else has been winning too with them in the wild card. Arizona, the Mets, San Diego, everybody keeps winning, but they're keeping pace. They're all winning every single night, and it's allowing them to stay in this thing for the foreseeable future.
I hereby wish ill will on all those other teams and forward a bocce jinx to their clubhouses.
Why not? Reds beat the Cubs 6-3 last night. Mariners beat the Red Sox 10-6. They're going to start in a couple minutes. Angels beat the Rockies 10-7. We rang the bell with Ryan McMahon in that one. We said that they would smash Canning early and often, and sure enough, they did. Tovar hit one as well for the Rockies, but they lost. I don't really care that the Rockies lost because McMahon got us to the window. That's really all that matters to me.
And the over.
Angels shut down Mike Trout. Remember, he left that rehab assignment last week. He ain't going to be doing anything anytime soon. There's no timetable for
that
a return.
Is so unbelievable. They're in the middle of a $450 million deal with this guy, and he's looking like, that he's shot. That his body is shot, and then he'll never. Is he ever going to be Mike Trout again? I have my reservations. He's going to get every penny of that money, too, and may never play.
Let's sneak one more in here before the break. Padres beat the Dodgers 6-5 in 10 innings. Dodgers had a 5-0 lead after the first. Padres come all the way back. 2 homers from Machado, another one from Jackson Merrill to tie it, and then they walk it off in the 10th on MLB Net.
3 career walk-offs. 1-2 pitch. Solano on the ground to left! Kim's coming from third! The Dodgers had a 5-0 lead! Not anymore! Padres walk it off!
I love the Padres. They're like my closet team out there in SoCal. I like going to Padre games at Petco and the soft serve ice cream. So I'm already eyeing possible games here at Carver High. I may have to go out there to take the young gun back to San Diego State to, Snapdragon Stadium in sophomore year of the Azteca Central. And I may have to go see the Twins and Padres on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm talking to Miller. I'm already making plans. It's happening. It's coming around. It's coming together.
It's all happening. That's for sure. Padres playing some very good baseball right now.
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here, warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah. We'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City. What a night. It is going to be historic indeed for BKFC's 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight. Early on the target. Right hand from my boy, double jab. Who's the king of violence? I am!
Combat fighting in its purest form. Bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.